This girl could have faced the same fate as millions of other African children, but destiny had different plans for her. 18 years ago, this Ethiopian baby was adopted by Hollywood superstar Angelina Jolie. Zahara went from an African orphanage to a luxurious mansion in California. However, life hasn't been perfect for her since then. What challenges has she faced? And where is she now? Stay tuned to find out. She was adopted from Ethiopia when she was 7 months old. Ethiopia is one of the poorest countries in the world, with over 4 million orphans today. Many of these children live on the streets, lacking access to proper food, water, and education. The struggle for survival in such harsh conditions often leads to heartbreaking outcomes, as these children face a future with limited opportunities and immense hardships. 18 years ago, among these abandoned children was a 6-month-old girl named Zahara. Emaciated from hunger, she lived in an orphanage, her tiny body barely clinging to life. Without intervention, she most likely would have died. And if she had survived, a difficult fate awaited her. At best, she would have to collect sugarcane or perform other menial labor to earn a meager living. The prospects for education or a better life were virtually non-existent. But one incident changed her life completely. In 2005, Hollywood star Angelina Jolie decided to adopt Zahara. At that time, Jolie was dating Brad Pitt and didn't yet have biological children, but she already had an adopted 3-year-old son, Maddox, originally from Cambodia. Jolie's compassion and commitment to humanitarian causes were well known, and she was deeply involved in efforts to improve the lives of disadvantaged children around the world. The actress was actively involved in charitable missions and traveled to poor countries to help children. During one of these missions, she visited Ethiopia and came across Zahara. Seeing the 6-month-old girl, she was immediately captivated by her. Zahara's large, expressive eyes and fragile condition struck a chord with Jolie, who felt an instant connection. She knew she had to help this child. Everyone believed that Zahara was an orphan. It was reported that her mother had died a few days after giving birth. According to some sources, the woman died from bleeding. According to others, from AIDS. The girl's father was unknown. Zahara's only family was her grandmother, Almaz Bluffenhay, who lived with her 3 daughters in the sun-baked town of Awassa. They spent their entire lives in an old one-room shack with no telephone or electricity. The roof leaked, the walls were crumbling, and they used a burner in front of the house for cooking. There were no other amenities. Almaz raised Zahara for the first 4 months of her life. However, she soon realized that she couldn't feed her on her meager income of just $9 a month. Desperate to ensure her granddaughter had a chance to survive, she placed Zahara in an orphanage where at least she would be fed. When Almaz learned that a Hollywood actress was going to adopt Zahara, she was relieved and didn't attempt to reclaim her. Despite being unable to read or write, the 45-year-old woman had one simple request, that one day she might receive a photograph of her thriving granddaughter. "All I ask is that one day Ms. Angelina could send me a picture of my granddaughter so I can remember her and those beautiful big brown eyes. They are just like my daughter's eyes," she said. It's heartbreaking that in some African countries, parents are forced to give up their children because they can't afford to support them. Life can be incredibly harsh, but Zahara was one of the fortunate ones. Had she stayed in her home, she probably would never have learned to read or write. She would have lived in a shack and worked for just $1 a day. But her destiny took an incredible turn. After her adoption, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt brought Zahara to the United States. Since then, she has lived in real luxury. However, her true happiness has come from being part of a loving family. Zahara gained new parents. Brad Pitt became her official adoptive father, and she received the double surname Jolie Pitt. Her new parents genuinely loved her. Yet her life wasn't as perfect as it might seem. From the very beginning, she was surrounded by the relentless attention of the press. Paparazzi were everywhere, constantly watching for a glimpse of Jolie and her adopted daughter. The worst part was that reporters fabricated a story claiming the family was trying to send Zahara back to Ethiopia. They exploited the family's poverty and manipulated the narrative cruelly. Soon after, reporters uncovered another fact about Zahara's family. Her biological mother was alive. Mentwabe Dawit gave an interview, revealing that she had become pregnant against her will. She recounted how a man had attacked her, leaving her unable to resist. She didn't even know who the father of her child was. However, she kept everything a secret because, in her culture, such incidents are considered taboo. The woman who experiences this is often disgraced, blamed by everyone, while the perpetrator goes unpunished. Mentwabe gave birth to Zahara at home and soon realized she couldn't provide for her. She handed her over to her grandmother in hopes of a better life. I have never disputed the adoption of my baby by Angelina Jolie. I think my daughter is very fortunate to be adopted by a world-famous lady. I wish them both all the success they deserve, she said in 2007. Zahara grew up in a large, happy family. Jolie soon adopted another child and had 3 biological children, giving Zahara 5 siblings. However, in 2017, when Zahara was 12, her biological mother resurfaced, expressing a desire to see her. "Please just let me talk to my daughter," she told. A lot has changed in the family dynamics since then, and Zahara's transformation serves as a reminder of how much time has passed. Zahara Jolie Pitt's mother, Angelina Jolie, helps her stay connected to her heritage. In 2009, Angelina Jolie embarked on a poignant journey, returning to Ethiopia with her then 4-year-old daughter, Zahara Jolie Pitt, for the first time since her adoption. This significant trip was not just a casual visit, it held a profound purpose. According to a close family friend, interviewed by People, the mission of the trip was twofold: to keep up that culture for Zahara and to scout for a suitable location for a clinic to be named after Zahara, dedicated to battling AIDS and tuberculosis, TB. Angelina Jolie has always placed great emphasis on ensuring that Zahara maintains a strong connection to her Ethiopian heritage. This commitment extends to all of her children, as evidenced by a 2015 article in Vogue. Angelina makes it a priority to take the entire family on trips to various parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa, so that each child can learn about their own cultural background as well as that of their siblings. With Zahara having 2 stepbrothers born in Southeast Asia, these trips offer a rich tapestry of cultural experiences. Moreover, the children's education reflects this diverse approach. They are homeschooled by teachers proficient in multiple languages, representing different religions and backgrounds. This holistic educational approach ensures that the children not only learn academic subjects, but also gain a deep understanding and appreciation for the cultural diversity within their own family. In a 2021 Time 100 talk, Angelina Jolie further emphasized Zahara's unique connection to her African roots. She described Zahara as her family, but also an extraordinary African woman, highlighting the profound and personal bond Zahara has with her country and continent. It's a connection that Angelina can only admire from afar, recognizing the depth and significance it holds for Zahara, the well-traveled baby Zahara. Zahara. Jolie Pitt's early years were marked by an extraordinary whirlwind of travel and experiences that most children her age could only dream of. By the tender age of 1, she had already embarked on journeys across continents, accompanied by her doting parents, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, and her older brother Maddox Jolie Pitt. In November 2005, at just 10 months old, Zahara made her first international trip to Tokyo, cradled in Brad Pitt's arms, while Angelina Jolie followed closely behind with Maddox during a promotional tour for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This snapshot captures the beginning of Zahara's global adventures, setting the stage for a life filled with travel and exploration. Shortly thereafter, the family whisked off to France, where they savored precious moments together in the picturesque parks of Paris. The following year, Zahara experienced the sights and sounds of India from the vantage point of her father's lap, enjoying a boat ride that surely left an indelible impression on her young mind. These idyllic scenes of family togetherness painted a stark contrast to the challenging circumstances of Zahara's early life. Zahara was a girly girl at 6. As Zahara Jolie Pitt grew, she blossomed into a slender child, reaching up to her mother's waist by 2011. At the age of 6, she displayed a grace and poise that belied her tender years, often joining Angelina Jolie for cherished mother-daughter moments. Despite her height, Zahara appeared slightly shorter than her younger sister, Shiloh Jolie Pitt, who was nearly a year and a half her junior. During this period, Angelina was frequently spotted indulging in quality time with her eldest daughters, creating memories that would last a lifetime. In September 2011, she treated Zahara and Shiloh to a special outing in London, where they embarked on a memorable journey to get their ears pierced. However, what was intended as a bonding experience turned bittersweet for Zahara. Opting for elegant gold studs and bravely volunteering to go first, Zahara faced unexpected discomfort as the piercing gun made contact with her ears. The sensation proved too intense for the young girl, prompting tears and a sudden change of heart from her sister. Witnessing Zahara's distress, Shiloh reconsidered her own decision to undergo the procedure, highlighting the sisters' close bond and empathy for each other. Amidst these familial adventures, Zahara and her siblings began expressing their desire for their parents to formalize their relationship. Brad Pitt candidly revealed the children's influence on their decision-making process during an interview with CBS News in January 2012. He acknowledged the pressure they felt from their kids, who observed their friends' parents' marriages and sought similar clarity about their own family dynamics. Responding to their children's heartfelt wishes, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie officially announced their engagement 3 months later in April 2012. Zahara was 9 when Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt wed. Approaching her milestone 10th birthday, Zahara Jolie Pitt had nearly caught up to her mother's height, even with Angelina Jolie sporting high-heeled boots during a November 2014 outing. Despite her growing stature, Zahara continued to indicate that she would likely be shorter than her younger sister, Shiloh. By this point, Zahara and the entire Jolie Pitt brood had transitioned into the role of children with married parents. In August 2014, Jolie and Brad Pitt exchanged vows in a discreet ceremony held in France, marking a significant milestone in their family's journey. The wedding bore the unmistakable imprint of their children, with Jolie donning a gown adorned with the kids' drawings and each child playing a special role in the proceedings. Zahara, then 9, assumed the role of a flower girl, alongside her 6-year-old sister Vivienne. Reflecting on the joyous occasion, Pitt described it as a profoundly meaningful day shared with their children, underscoring the happiness that permeated their family unit. Around this time, Zahara and Shiloh developed a shared interest in soccer, often engaging in spirited games together. Their burgeoning passion for the sport became a source of joy and camaraderie for the entire family. In the following year, Zahara and Shiloh were frequently captured enjoying soccer matches, with their parents cheering them on from the sidelines. One memorable snapshot from May 2015 captured Jolie and Pitt stealing a tender kiss while observing Zahara and Shiloh's game. These moments of togetherness provided a welcome distraction for Jolie, particularly as she navigated a period of health uncertainty. In March 2015, Jolie candidly shared her experience undergoing cancer testing and the subsequent decision to remove her ovaries in a poignant essay for the New York Times. Amidst the emotional turbulence of those days, attending her children's soccer games offered a semblance of normalcy and solace. Zahara Jolie Pitt appeared in the third Kung Fu Panda movie. Back in 2016, Zahara Jolie Pitt lent her voice to the character Meng Meng, one of the rambunctious triplet baby pandas, in DreamWorks' Kung Fu Panda 3. Prior to that, she had some uncredited work in her mother Angelina Jolie's film Maleficent in 2014, and made a brief appearance as herself in an episode of VH1 All Access back in 2006. While it's been a bit since Zahara graced the screen, mostly in voice roles for Kung Fu Panda 3, many are curious about whether she's contemplating acting as a potential career path and how her celebrity parents would react to such a decision. During the Oscars in 2020, Brad Pitt shared his thoughts when asked about his kids' potential interest in acting, stating, "I want them to follow their passions, whatever they're most interested in. But sure, why not?" While it appears that a few of the Jolie Pitt children have had minor roles here and there, like Vivian Jolie Pitt, who portrayed young Aurora in the first Maleficent movie, Angelina hasn't been able to persuade any of them to join her on screen in her other projects thus far. As Angelina disclosed to People in 2019, "I tried. None of my kids want to be actors. They're into business, humanitarian affairs, things like that. Nobody was interested." She launched a jewelry collection. In 2019, Zahara Jolie Pitt stepped into the world of fashion and philanthropy by collaborating with renowned jeweler Robert Prokop to launch the Zahara Collection. This collection, which debuted at select Saks Fifth Avenue stores and other retail outlets across the United States and Australia, showcased Zahara's creative vision and flair for design. The unveiling of Zahara's jewelry line coincided with the premiere of her mother Angelina Jolie's movie Maleficent, Mistress of Evil in 2019, where Zahara made a memorable appearance adorned in pieces from her collection. She wore stunning, dangly, three-jeweled earrings, a matching ring on her right hand, and a simple yet elegant bracelet on her left wrist, all crafted from exquisite 18-karat gold. Zahara's collaboration with Robert Prokop was not just about creating beautiful jewelry, it was also about giving back to the community. Following in her mother's philanthropic footsteps, Zahara ensured that the proceeds from her collection would benefit a worthy cause. The collection's sales were earmarked to support the House of Ruth Shelters, which provides transitional housing for battered women and children in need. Robert Prokop, the designer behind Zahara's collection, had previously collaborated with Angelina Jolie on her Style of Jolie collection in 2010. Zahara's foray into the world of jewelry design was not only a testament to her creative talent, but also a continuation of her family's commitment to using their platform for charitable endeavors. Zahara turned into a stylish teenager. As Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt finalized their legal separation in 2019, Zahara Jolie Pitt, now 14, had undergone a notable transformation from the slender child she had been in previous years. Demonstrating her blossoming sense of style, Zahara made a striking appearance at the London premiere of Maleficent, Mistress of Evil that October, confidently donning a strapless gown on the red carpet. However, she had now been surpassed in height by her younger sister Shiloh, who at 13 had reached a stature nearly matching their mother's. While Shiloh had previously favored casual attire, her style evolved to include dresses and heels, a shift that may have been influenced by Zahara's burgeoning interest in fashion. Zahara's flair for fashion has inspired Shiloh to explore her own sense of style, with Zahara often serving as a trusted advisor when Shiloh seeks to dress up. Despite her growing confidence and interests, Zahara faced challenges within the family dynamic. The ongoing custody battle between Jolie and Pitt continued to present hurdles, with disputes over the specifics of parenting time and custody arrangements. In May 2021, a judge initially granted Pitt increased time with the children, only for the decision to be overturned 2 months later, following the disqualification of the judge from the case. Brad Pitt expressed concerns about the impact of the current situation on the well-being of the children, emphasizing the need for stability and a conducive environment for their upbringing. As Zahara navigated the complexities of adolescence amidst the backdrop of her family's legal proceedings, her resilience and maturity became increasingly evident, reflecting her ability to navigate challenging circumstances with grace and poise. Zahara Jolie Pitt and her mom have a shared artistic vision. The creative venture of Atelier Jolie is set to make a bold statement from its headquarters at 57 Great Jones St., a historic Manhattan property that once housed the studios of renowned artists Andy Warhol and Jean-Michel Basquiat. Promising bespoke upcycling services and collaboration with artisans worldwide, the brand aims to redefine sustainable fashion as detailed on its website. Angelina Jolie credits her daughter Zahara Jolie Pitt for influencing the choice of location, revealing that they scouted the site together. "I can be very impulsive, but Zahara is so grounded, decisive, and thoughtful," Jolie shared with Vogue. "When she agreed, I felt we were both decided." As Atelier Jolie gains momentum, Zahara becomes increasingly integral to its operations. In a rare glimpse into their partnership, a video by Vogue showcases the mother-daughter duo immersed in consultations at the brand's headquarters, modeling bespoke Atelier Jolie creations crafted from upcycled materials. Reports indicate that Zahara and her elder brother, Pax, have actively participated in designing their own pieces, with Pax even lending a hand in refining the Atelier Jolie logo. However, Zahara's impact extends beyond design aesthetics. Notably, she advocated for an expansion of shade options in the brand's nude slip dress collection to encompass a broader spectrum of skin tones, highlighting inclusivity as a central tenet of Atelier Jolie's ethos. Reflecting on this, Jolie shared with Vogue, "Obviously, as a white woman, I've never had this experience. It never crossed my mind until Zahara and I went shopping together, and I saw that there's so much room for improvement." Zahara Jolie Pitt appears to be very close with sister Shiloh. Zahara Jolie Pitt and her sister, Shiloh Jolie Pitt, share a bond that goes beyond mere sibling connection. While the entire Jolie Pitt brood exudes closeness, Zahara and Shiloh's relationship seems to hold a special place within the family dynamic. Their bond is palpable, with the sisters being described as very close by those familiar with their relationship. It's evident that fashion serves as a common ground for Zahara and Shiloh, fostering a shared interest that strengthens their connection. Shiloh often seeks out Zahara's advice when it comes to style choices, highlighting the depth of their bond beyond familial ties. Their closeness extends beyond occasional fashion consultations. Frequently photographed standing side by side, the sisters appear to share intimate moments, perhaps indulging in lighthearted sisterly banter or engaging in meaningful conversations. Their camaraderie is further underscored by their shared experiences, such as shopping trips and participation in the same football team during their childhood. Moreover, Zahara and Shiloh's mutual affection is unmistakable. Their genuine love and care for each other were prominently displayed in 2020 when both sisters underwent surgeries. During their respective recovery periods, they took turns caring for one another. Zahara Jolie Pitt has stunned on the red carpet. In 2021, Zahara Jolie Pitt made a fashion statement at the Eternals premiere by confidently donning her mother's dress from 2014. The Elie Saab couture gown, originally worn by Angelina Jolie at the 2014 Academy Awards, resurfaced as Zahara gracefully stepped onto the red carpet in the shimmering silver ensemble. While the dress had already made its debut, Zahara's effortless elegance breathed new life into it, showcasing her flair for style and her ability to rock timeless pieces with finesse. Known for her impeccable sense of fashion, Zahara has consistently impressed with her sartorial choices. Her poised demeanor and eye-catching outfits have sparked speculation about her potential future in the fashion industry. With rumors swirling about her interest in fashion and reports of her dabbling in learning French during the pandemic, many anticipate that Zahara might channel her passion for style into a promising career path. Moreover, Zahara's influence extends beyond her own wardrobe choices. At the same premiere, her sister Shiloh Jolie Pitt also opted for a vintage look, sporting another one of their mother's dresses. Embracing sustainability and a sense of nostalgia, Shiloh confidently wore a beige mid-length dress previously worn by Angelina during a summer trip to Paris. Her ensemble, paired with white flats and double anklets, echoed Zahara's knack for effortlessly blending classic elegance with modern simplicity. She is a student at Spelman College. Angelina Jolie's announcement in July 2022 that Zahara would be attending Spelman College stirred a wave of excitement and pride within the family. Sharing a photo of Zahara alongside other incoming freshmen, Jolie expressed her joy in the caption, referring to Zahara's fellow students as her Spelman sisters, and extending congratulations to all new students embarking on their academic journey. The news of Zahara's enrollment at Spelman College resonated deeply with her father, Brad Pitt, who commented on the significance of the moment at the premiere of Bullet Train. Emotion evident in his voice, Brad described Zahara attending Spelman as beautiful and expressed heartfelt sentiment towards his daughter's milestone. As the day approached for Zahara to begin her college experience, Angelina accompanied her daughter to the campus, where they were warmly received by the college administration. Meeting with the Vice President of Student Affairs and President Helene Gale, Angelina and Zahara were greeted with enthusiasm and support as they embarked on this new chapter together. Captured in a video shared on Instagram, President Gale's question to Angelina about being a Spelman mom elicited a heartfelt response. Overwhelmed with emotion, Angelina admitted to holding back tears and expressed her profound excitement for Zahara's educational journey. She is passionate about working with her mother on humanitarian efforts. Zahara's commitment to philanthropy and advocacy mirrors her mother's passion for humanitarian causes. In December 2022, she joined Angelina on a significant two-day trip to Washington, D.C., where they actively engaged with lawmakers to champion the rights of crime victims. During their visit, the mother-daughter duo played a pivotal role in advocating for the Justice for All Reauthorization Act of 2022, which sought to ensure that crime victims have access to essential resources, including their reports and evidence of abuse. Meeting with members of Congress and representatives from the White House, Zahara and Angelina lent their voices to this important cause, advocating for legislation that would offer crucial support to those affected by crime. This was not Zahara's first foray into advocacy work alongside her mother in the nation's capital. The previous year, they had participated in discussions with advocates and politicians to lend their support to the Violence Against Women Act, emphasizing the importance of comprehensive protections for survivors of violence. Reflecting on their advocacy efforts, Angelina took to social media to share their experiences, posting a series of photos from their trip and expressing gratitude for the opportunity to work alongside Zahara in advancing meaningful legislative reforms. In her caption, she underscored their commitment to modernizing and strengthening the Violence Against Women Act to ensure inclusivity and support for all survivors, including children, communities of color, tribes, LGBTQ individuals, and those in rural areas. Did Zahara Jolie Pitt ditch her dad Brad Pitt's famous last name? It seems Zahara Jolie Pitt, or perhaps Zahara Jolie now, has taken a cue from her older brother, Maddox, in choosing to distance herself from the Pitt surname. Maddox reportedly expressed his desire to drop Pitt entirely, a decision that didn't receive full support from their mother, Angelina Jolie. Maddox opts to use Jolie instead of Pitt on non-legal documents, indicating his preference for the Jolie name. However, Angelina has voiced her reluctance to endorse Maddox's intention to legally change his last name to Jolie. Following in her brother's footsteps, Zahara seemingly made a statement about her name preference in November 2023 during her debut for the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority at Spelman College. With a spirited declaration, she proudly announced, "My name is Zahara Marley Jolie." Her enthusiastic proclamation was accompanied by a dance and a confident hair flip, showcasing her embrace of her chosen identity. Angelina, Maddox, and Pax showed their support by attending an AKA event, while Brad Pitt remained reserved on the matter. However, he has previously expressed his admiration for the remarkable young woman Zahara is becoming, emphasizing his pride in her intelligence and potential. Zahara and Brad used to have a very close relationship. Throughout her upbringing, Pitt and Zahara shared a remarkably close relationship. Despite Pitt's reputation as a Hollywood heartthrob, he embraced fatherhood with sincerity and dedication. Reflecting on his journey into fatherhood in a 2007 interview with V magazine, Pitt shared both the joys and challenges of raising his children. "Fatherhood is the funniest, most lovely thing I've ever taken on," he remarked. Yet he candidly acknowledged the difficulties, admitting it was also the biggest pain in the ass. Nevertheless, Pitt expressed that he wouldn't have it any other way, emphasizing his profound love for his children. Pitt's commitment to fatherhood was further underscored by a pivotal parenting moment that prompted him to reassess his habits. Following an incident where Zahara choked on a piece of ice from his drink, Pitt recognized the need to prioritize sobriety for the sake of his children. In an interview with Total Film magazine, he acknowledged the importance of being fully present as a parent. "It's not easy to be a good father when you've had a few drinks," Pitt confessed, highlighting the necessity of being vigilant and attentive in every situation. Will Brad and Zahara ever reconcile? Zahara Jolie's perspective on her parents' separation initially seemed to align closely with her mother, Angelina Jolie. Reports surfaced in March 2022, suggesting that Zahara, along with her siblings Maddox and Pax, had primarily sided with Angelina throughout the divorce proceedings. They were described as Team Angelina, showing strong support for their mother and reportedly distancing themselves from Brad Pitt. The source indicated that they had essentially sided with Angelina and had minimal contact with their father for years. However, Shiloh Jolie Pitt, Zahara's younger sister, has reportedly been working to bridge the divide and encourage Zahara to reconsider her stance. There are indications that Zahara may be softening her position, with the influence of Shiloh playing a significant role. The source suggested that Zahara was gradually becoming more open to the idea of reconciliation with Brad Pitt, partly due to Shiloh's efforts. Additionally, the younger siblings, Vivian and Knox, expressed a desire to spend more time with their father, potentially influencing Zahara's perspective. Brad Pitt, on his end, has demonstrated a genuine commitment to repairing his relationships with all of his children. Despite facing challenges in reconciling with Maddox, he has made notable progress with Zahara and Pax. Moreover, he maintains regular contact with the younger children, Shiloh, Vivian, and Knox. Sources revealed to In Touch Weekly in October 2023 that Pitt is on good terms with them and is determined not to let any more time slip away, especially after the tumultuous custody battle. As Zahara Jolie Pitt continues to navigate the complexities of fame, family, and personal identity, her journey serves as a reminder of resilience and the power of love. From her humble beginnings in Ethiopia to her current endeavors as a college student and budding philanthropist, Zahara's story is one of growth and empowerment. As we reflect on her remarkable journey, we invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What aspect of Zahara's story resonates with you the most? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating content about Zahara Jolie Pitt and other inspiring individuals like her. Until next time, bye for now.